Demon just got out of can. I gave my bro an advance.
Right guys, how's it going and welcome back to the channel. So no, the uploads have been not very good recently, but behind me we have got my little Fiesta Z2Guest Daisy. Now for those of you that are new to the channel, this is like, my daily. The reason why I'm doing this video today is to basically explain to you why I think it's beneficial to basically have yourself a daily. That's if you can afford it and things like that, because I know a lot of people have their one car they put all their money into and things like that. And I'm just showing you here, if you've got the money, the beneficial things you can gain from it from having a daily and stuff like that. And for everyone kicking off about coronavirus at the minute, everyone's decided to suddenly start cleaning properly once they've realised the virus is at hand. I mean, how stupid can you get? But anyway, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Daisy the Fiesta. Okay, so we just moved location because, we was only allowed to stay there for about 5-10 minutes. So I moved location. So yeah, this is my 2009 Fiesta Z2Guest TDCi. Now, the reason why I actually chose to buy this car first, before we get into any of the details as to why it's beneficial to have, have yourself a daily, basically. The reason I bought this car specifically is because, one, the road tax is extremely cheap. £20 a year I pay for Daisy to be on the road in tax, which is extremely cheap. And secondly, the looks of the car, like for a daily car, they don't even look that bad. Like, look at that angle right there. I think it looks awesome. She's sweet. Like, everyone knows Daisy. She's an absolute beaut. Now let's have a little walk around because she's not in the best conditions. There's a few things I need to get sorted. There's that bottom front little lip down there, and this bit here as well, like a rock went into it or something. I just took that clean out. I was not happy, trust me. So let's go around to the back as to where a lot of you will see like my private number plate. Now this is the original plate I started off when I had the YouTube channel back in, I don't know, a few years ago now, when I was like born vlogging, or L19 BOU if they want to remember me from those days. L19 BOU, so L's for Luke, 19 is the age I had that number plate, and BOU symbolises born at the end. So if anyone asking about that plate, why is this plate on this car, that is the reason behind it. And I will always keep this plate. This is just that I have on my main car in the channel, I have the L8 TVV plate on to symbolise Luke LBTV, and this one's just my own personal plate. Now let's jump into the car and talk to you guys about why it's beneficial to own yourself a car like this. Right, so excuse the state of my car and myself. Anyone's gonna kick off, so not kick off, but I know someone's gonna mess around about, Luke, you look like a fucking traffic cone. Yeah, don't give a fuck. And what? Yeah, why is it beneficial to have a daily if you can afford it? Now, like I said, running into the things that, the first thing is that if you have got a car that you've got a set of money aside to put into, and then if you're driving it daily, there's a lot of things going to tally up on cost. Now, if you buy a car, like say for instance my BMW, if I drove that daily, I'm thinking in my head the costs to say if something major goes wrong. Imagine if I'm driving that around daily and if I have to pay out for something, because on BMWs, Audis, etc., things can get expensive with parts and stuff like that. So having a daily, a little Ford Fiesta, now it could be anything. You can get like a Skoda Fabia. I mean, the reason I have this one, obviously, it's the best because it's like cheap on tax, £20 a year road tax. And I'm getting about 50 to 60 miles per gallon, which is absolutely insane. Let me just adjust this camera a second. So, yeah, so that's that bit. And then obviously you've got to factor in as well. Yes, it's going to cost, because there's going to be people asking that, Luke, what's the point there? Because the money I've spent on buying a daily, I could put into my car. Yeah, you could. Don't get me wrong, you could. But then, touch wood, I have literally had nothing go wrong with this car. And believe it or not, this car is 147,600 miles. And it's still producing the same sick fuel economy. It's still awesome to drive, and I enjoy driving it. I get into it and I absolutely love it because it's just so stable. It's got the looks. I don't mind going around places and, people are still seeing this car instead of a BMW. Obviously, I like to be seen in the BMW, but it's nice to have this car as well. I'm still not happy with this camera. That's better. Another thing, you got to tell you, I'm lucky with me because I can have my insurance on the motor trade, so I can put any car up to 100 grand worth on my motor trade, and I'll just pay my monthly cost. So I've got these two cars for that. And then another people, yeah, so that's another thing, insurance costs, people might be a bit iffy about it. But if you can, guys, 100% get it daily. The good thing about it, one good thing about it is, like, imagine if you're in a car like this, you're driving this around all week. And one thing, if I had my BMW, right, and I was daily driving my BMW, I would get bored so fast because you get so used to the power, you get so used to driving around in it all the time and things like that. You won't really have anything to look forward to. So having a daily as well, have a car like this as a daily, you get the different drivability from going from this car, which is, you know, it's a really good car. Like I rate them hugely, they're awesome, these Fiestas. And then going into my BMW, where it's a completely different car with insane power. And, you know, you just get in it and it's just, the excitement is still there. You get out of this car, get into it and you're like, oh my God, I absolutely love it. And where I think, you know, a lot of people that have like just the one car, you will start to lose interest in things like that. I mean, it is each their own, but this is me just being my video and being honest as to why I think, you know, you guys should go and get yourself a daily. Fucking go get a Daisy. And to be fair, like guys, I will be selling Daisy in the future because I've got my mindset on on another daily. But if anyone wants to buy her, hit me up. She's got a fresh 12 months MOT on her and she's passed with no advisory, so she's absolutely sweet. Yeah, I absolutely love the girl, and if anyone wants to buy it, just let me know, but it won't be yet for a month or two probably. Another thing as to why you should get a daily, like I said, running costs. If I'm driving around in my BMW all the time, it's a 3 litre 6-cylinder, man, it's going to cost me an absolute arm and a leg in fuel. Now you've got to kind of counteract these costs. I probably put about 10 to 15 pounds a week in this car, and I can get about, I don't know, probably about 300 miles out of that if I'm like at a good push. Like 300 miles from about 15 quid, that is absolutely insane. Like, how can you complain of that? If I put 15 quid in my BMW, right, that's probably about 60 to 80 miles. It's stupid. That's if I'm driving like economically as well. If I just go for a little hoon, we got some big problems coming in with that. So if you can afford, you know, to get yourself a daily, 100% go and do it. I mean, you can even, you know, the choice of having that, you can just do mods to both cars as well, which is good. If you've got the money, then obviously, like I said, go and do it. And then probably another reason, I mean, there is so many reasons I could just sit here and list. I just don't want to be boring to you guys, that's all. It's just the cost of them. These cars are so cheap. You can pick them up really, really cheap. I think I'm going to advertise Daisy, I mean, for like, yeah, she's on like a lot of miles, but full service history, still does a great miles per gallon. There's nothing wrong with the car at all. I'm going to advertise it for like 1,500, between 1,500 and 2 grand, I think, which is like, you know, a really good, reasonable price for a car like this. Like, how can you go wrong with that? For a daily, if you've got a spare bit of cash to the side, and as well, paying with tax costs. Let's go back to tax costs. £20 a year for this. It's like almost, it's like, I don't know how much it is for my ST. ST for my 135i. I'm paying something like £22 a month. So like, do the cost. I'm paying 1 month's tax for my car, and for what it would be for a year on Daisy. So that just explains one thing. Think of the cost you're saving there as well per year. Yeah. I mean, I know this is probably going to appeal to like probably the older generation people because their insurance prices are going to be a lot lower and things like that. So yeah, I apologise for those guys in the comments that are going to be like, Luke, this is not really a beneficial video for me. I'm not saying it is going to be a really good video for everyone, but it's just, I'm explaining from my point of view, from having this car now for like a year and a half, and I've always had, since then, I've had 2 cars or maybe even 3. Some points I've had 3 cars. I had like 2 Civics and Daisy at one time. So it's just the fact that I have saved a lot of money having this car, because all I've actually done on it is I've replaced like a drop link, because a drop link's, you know, like a wear and tear item, and I think it's just a set of pads and discs. That's it. And maybe it's like 1 or 2 tires I think I've done in the space of like a year and a half. And you know, if you're wanting to learn as well, like doing stuff to your car, this is a great way as well, because if you've got like a really expensive car, but you've got like a car like this and you want to do bits to it, but you don't really fancy doing bits to your expensive car in case you mess something up and it just costs you more down the line, this is a great way to go, because you can have this car and do like stuff to it, like brake pads, little maintenance work, servicing, things like that. So it's just great as well. You can just basically do that. It's not going to cost you a lot to get service parts and basic wear and tear parts on a car like this. And another thing, whilst we're outside the car, is also, so say for instance me driving around my BMW, I only really drive it on weekends, and when I do, I like to be quite careful with where I take the car. Whereas when I get in Daisy, no offense, she is an absolute beautiful car, I love her bits, she's awesome, and she has got, you know, she's got marks, whereas a daily, you know, a daily will. The reason it is a daily is because of that. You can take it around places like shops, in car parks. You're not going to worry about people if they do come out and give you a little door ding. Whereas if it was on my BMW, I would be fucking pissed, like literally so pissed off, because the paint match and things like that, a car like that is just a nightmare to get done. Everything's just more expensive and a more expensive car anyway, so get things like that done is just a nightmare. Yeah, like that, taking it to the shops and things like that, I'd rather go out and take this to the shops. Yeah, you know, I might go on long journeys with my BMW, up country, I'll be in new locations where I don't really know where I'm going to park and things like that, but that's only on like a 2-day basis, whereas, you know, I'm spending the rest of the week with my Fiesta. Okay guys, so I'm going to pretty much wrap this video up here. I know it's been a very short video, but like I said, if there's any tips and tricks you want to know about getting a daily or anything like that, like George just said to me a minute ago, he's just sat over there. Say hello, George. He said that if you do, you know, get a bit of spare income come in, and you're one of those persons that one of those people that like to spend it on, you know, going out getting designer clothes or gambling or something like that, you could spend like, if it's like 500 quid you go spending out on clothes or gambling and stuff like that, you could put that towards a nice daily where it's going to just cause you a lot less hassle in the future for just driving this car like this around. So from me and Daisy over here, I hope you all enjoyed. Don't go ripping her in the comments because she doesn't deserve it. She's an absolute gem. And before I actually end off, I'll tell you the mods that are actually on the car.
2JZ swap.
2J sweet. I wish. Imagine one day, mate. We get to the day, we put a 2JZ.
2J in the daily.
We put a 2J in days. George, where do you think you're going? George decided to be ignorant and go inside the car. Thanks, George. I'm going to wrap the video up here, guys. The mods that are actually on her is she's on coilovers. I've got like an exhaust back box delete done on her. I genuinely think that's pretty much it. And obviously the ST180 alloys. I think they look nice. I had Team Dynamics on it before, and a set of, I can't even remember. I think they were like Dare alloys, not the best of brands. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it from me and Daisy. Thanks for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up. And if there's any questions about, you know, why you should have a daily, if I haven't touched up on, comment down below. I will try and reply to them because, you know, I'm always here to reply to everyone. But yeah, like I said, she's sweet. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the bell button to be notified every single time I upload. Hit the thumbs up button as well because it helps out a lot. And the support you guys are giving me at the minute is absolutely insane. Thanks for watching the video. I will see you on the next one. If you want to buy days, you know what to do. She'll be up for sale in about a month or two. But for now, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.